Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and today is episode 5 of Scrapped. This is the new scrapbook series myself and 3 of my other friends are putting together each month for you guys to give you some scrapbooking tips and designs and layouts and just show off the product a little bit more using the scrapbooking items. Did you know that the first Saturday in May is National Scrapbooking Day, so that will be tomorrow if you are watching this on Friday. Happy National Scrapbooking Day. Recently, Stampin' UP has really kind of shifted gears, or kind of added more, I should say. We, as a company, gathered some items from the Close to My Heart company, and which was primarily a scrapbooking company. And so we've really added and are trying to support our scrapbooking clientele. So I am new to this. You know me more of a card maker, and that is why I use the awesome pocket type style of scrapbooking. I'll show you more of that in just a second. And first, I wanted to talk to you about the theme for this month. So each week we'll come out with a new video, and one of my scrapping friends will show you some more items, but our theme was to use the Everyday Happiness or Everyday You and Me stamp set in order to create something to share with you guys. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the products that we have. So I'm focusing mostly on just the designer series paper. And what that has is a 12 by 12, double-sided 12 sheets, 4 of each, which is kind of an odd number. Usually Stampin' UP does 2 of each design, and then you have 6 designs. But this one's just 6 designs total because it's double-sided. But it's made it so that way when you're scrapbooking, you usually have the 2 by 2 by each other, right? So they want to have 4 pages, full pages worth. Let me show you the paper that comes with this one. Beautiful colors, great lines, simple prints, not too detailed. Let's go to the other side, which I love as well. I love like this multicolored sheet here, very beachy feeling, very kind of a warm spring color to it. Then we have some stars here, and then those florals, which will follow through with the stamp set. So they have it started at different levels. There's a huge giant kit that usually comes with ours as well. So it starts with let me make sure I know that it's called the Workshop Kits. It's something we have new. Then we have the DSP with a sticker sheet. And then we have just the DSP, and then we have the stamp set with the dies or punch as a bundle. So lots of items that you can get that are all coordinating to help make your scrapbook keeping easier. All right, let me go ahead and show you what my thoughts are with this type of designer series paper and with my style of scrapbooking. So I don't do the 12 by 12, so I don't need that giant piece, so I have to do some cutting down. Let me open it up so you can kind of show you the cool features about this type of stamping or scrapping is that we have pockets, and pockets are easy because I can take them out really easily and work on them here and there. I can rearrange them really easily, and also it's nice because I just need to slide something in versus making a full-on 12 by 12. I want to show you a feature that I added to this one that you're like, hey, I have never seen that before. What I did was a lot of our dies come in this really cool type of envelope. It's a harder plastic. It has a little tuck tab in there. And I usually, if I get these and it coordinates with the stamp set, I usually combine them and put like a magnet sheet in my stamp case. And then I have a lot of these left over. So I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I want a spot to put the things I'm using for my scrapbook in. So extra photos. If I die cut things, I'm going to stick those in there and kind of make my own little kit using the supplies I have. And I just use Velcro to attach this here. It just sets it right back in. So if I don't want this in there in the end, or if I do want to keep this in here, and that way if I have extra photos and she wants to take them out, she totally could. But I love that it's all here, because if you're like me, you lose things easily. So let me show you the pieces I have, and then kind of show you how whatever leftover I have, I can sneak in there as well. All right. So let me grab my pieces out. I wanted to use some dies for this one because I feel like it just adds a little bit more, and it creates some fun looking places where we can journal, which is most of mine is photos, 50% photos, 50% journaling. Those are the two main factors of scrapbooking. And so I want to make sure that I have a spot to journal in them. I'm using the Nested Essential Dies. This is an amazing die set. Let me show you some of those shapes. So we have this one, you see I've die cut out two to create that basic white and that pretty peacock right there. And then I went ahead and they have kind of like a rounded square or a rectangle, rounded rectangle. And I put them together at the same time, die cut, and created a journal spot. And I've created a frame. So I can use that separately and have a photo underneath here and have it nicely framed using those two nestled together. See how we play that? That two different sizes creates the option of framing, which we do a lot with our stylish shapes. They're also similar where they have different sizes of the same shape. And then one of my favorites though are these fun banner ones that we're using, and which we can also use to create a spot to add some journaling. We just add that to our 3x4 piece of DSP I have cut out, or we can even use it to decorate and put like some little banners here along the top, maybe even put some on the side like that, and create some little visual points here as well. All right, let me go ahead and set these aside and let's make some pages together. Now that you know the pieces I'm using. So for this one, I do like how this looks here. So all I'm going to do is add some liquid glue to the back. And this is a 6-sided shape, but it's not your typical 6-sided shape. It's kind of elongated. Oh, that's my dud of a liquid glue. I probably should throw that one away. Here's my good one. Okay, a little bit of liquid glue there. Flip it over, and we're just going to line this up. And what I'm doing today, I'm not actually adding any photos. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how you can make a layout and have it ready for you when you are ready. A little bit of liquid glue here. We're going to design it as we go. I don't even have a finished product to show you. This will be my finished product. Okay, looks pretty good. Let that dry for a little bit, then we'll get ready to put it inside of our pocket. Okay, then for this one, I love that it was a piece of 6 by 8, and I cut it into that 4 squares because, let's see if I can get it to match up the way. I think it goes like that. There we go. It matches up with the pocket sheet I want to use. Like so. And I want to have it kind of just keep it together, kind of like the idea of a 12 by 12 where it just flows nicely, but these have it nicely sectioned off. And I don't want to cover up all of these items with photos. I'm going to cut my photos down a little bit smaller. So I definitely want to do some sort of framing on there, put a photo inside. I'm not going to glue that one down yet, but I want to make sure I don't lose it. So I'm going to stick that in there unglued. And then when I have my photo ready, I can just add it to it. This one would be a fun one to have as a journaling spot here. And then I would have 2 separate photos there. Because I don't want to take up the whole DSP, and this is a 3 by 4, I would give my photo, I would need to cut it small enough to create a border still, because I don't want to lose all of this. So I might even grab a Post-it note and write down on here what size of photo I'm looking for. So when I put it in there, I would know this is my 3 by 4, but I don't want it a 3 by 4. I probably either would do a 2 by 3/4 by 3 3/4, or even a little bit less and go that 2.5 by 3.5. Just because I don't want to lose all that pretty paper. And I will write myself a note, photo size. And that way, this is the layout, the plan. And I would add probably a cute banner up there on that top of that guy. And then I could even keep I think I'm gonna go smaller though. We'll use a smaller size. So that way I could still add a photo in this area as well. And there you go. That is a layout I have ready to go that matches with my pockets. I could slide those into my pockets right now, unglued. And then when I have my photos ready, I would just easily be able to add my photos to it. So let me slide these in, show you how easy. We could just tuck that in there. This reminds me a lot of like baseball card holders back in the day. My brothers used to collect baseball cards, or actually I think they did basketball more. So I'll put both those pieces in, my DSP and that die cut image. Oh, this one, there we go. And I might need to trim that one down a little bit because, oh no, there it goes. If you feel like this DSP is too flimsy, I was thinking of that as well, that I was going to actually glue it onto a 3 by 4 piece of cardstock to give it a little bit more support, and that when I slide it in, it has a little bit more structure to it. There we go. See how much easier that is, even without gluing it in there. We'll get that to go in just a minute. So I'll glue that in there later. But you get the idea where I would put these all in and then I had my design ready to go. All right, let's go ahead and grab our other piece for this one that we were working on. And we'll slide this one in. There we go. Looking good. You do want to be mindful of how it's going to open. So if I was going to have this one next to this one, I would probably need to flip this one over. So let me do a quick flip and then slide it in. There you go. So it looks something like that. And then I would add my other pieces of cardstock on the top. And I just have the matching colors to the designer series paper, so I know they coordinate with everything else I'm going to use in this album. There's that one. And our last one. Okay. That looking good. Again, we'll have my other pieces that'll slide in to our spots on these pockets as well. I'm loving how quick and easy that came along, and now it's ready for me. Once I have my photos ready and I have spots that I can journal, which is key. And then all I'd have to do is just add it back into my album. Just open it up, that 2-ring binder. Slide those back in and close it up. And then all those extra pieces I didn't use. I remember my handy dandy little pocket I created back here, envelope. I would just slide those in and know that I have them ready to keep on going when I'm ready for the next step on this project. All right, you guys, I hope you learned something new and that you are excited and want to try this pocket scrapbooking style. Like I said, use what you have. This is just one of the many new products that Stampin' Up! Has to help support our scrapbookers with Stampin' Up! Products. Please be sure to follow me and visit the links below once they come up each week and see some even more amazing ideas using the designer series paper or that stamp set or even the sticker sheet. So I'm excited to see what my friends make in the upcoming weeks, and I hope you guys have a great scrapbooking day on National Scrapbooking Day tomorrow. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.